Alright, this is Kingdom Sonic 321. I'm playing games that you to remember them. Well, I'm doing a review on a movie I really like. Not only because it's based off of my favorite thing, and also something that's mainly surrounding my whole theme, but it's also a really good movie that was made by Disney, and you should know it. but instead of me just sitting here saying how good it is, let me just go ahead and tell you what movie I'm reviewing. I'm reviewing Wreck-It Ralph. This is the Blu-ray version, so you definitely know this is not mine. So, yeah. Give thanks to Sarah Chameleon, and hopefully you subscribe to her. I'll leave a link below. Hopefully you will link and stuff. Yeah, anyways. Anyways. Instead of me just talking and going on with whatever, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the story. Story of the Wreck-It Ralph is about a bad guy, you know, Wreck-It Ralph, and he's from the game Fix-It Felix Jr. Hero? Fix-It Felix Jr. Yeah, anyways, well, we start off with him being in a conference of bad guys, and of course he was all like, okay, yeah, we don't have to be bad, we're bad guys, but that doesn't mean we're actually bad guys. But with Wreck-It Ralph, it's sort of different because everybody hates him because he's a bad guy. I think he's actually a bad guy, but when in truth he's actually a really good guy, but has to play the bad guy. Seeing how he needs to, you know, earn his own respect to all the game characters in his game, he ends up game jumping, going to another game called Hero's Duty. And no, it's not that kind of duty. Anyways, when he went there, he of course found out about Cybugs and all other, you know, futuristic junk going on, like the HD and new games and everything, sort of in the more modern stuff. But then he ends up going in an escape pod with one of the Cybugs and ended up bouncing all over Game Central and ended up going into a kart racing game called Sugar Rush, which was a racing game of all candy, anything sugar related, you know, cake, candy, you know, sugar. So yeah, there's definitely enough of that, and he finds a girl named Vanellope Von Sweet. I'm surprised I even remember that. And sees a glitch in the game, but it's really okay. If any of you never seen this movie, if you this is like as in so far what you could just think of when you see the trailer. This is all that you see in the trailer. Obviously, he doesn't feel appreciated. Leaves, goes into Hero's Duty and Sugar Rush. That's as far as the actual trailer. But I'm about to go into the deep details of the movie. So this is a spoiler alert. This is a warning. Okay. Now, she meets Vanellope Von Sweet, and she tells him that she wants to be a racer and all that other stuff, blah 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 blah. They make the card and all that other stuff. And Fix-It and I forgot the name of the colonel, so I'm not even gonna say it. Ends up going into that game too to look for Ralph, and also the Cybug that was with Ralph in the first place. King Candy doesn't seem to like the glitch, so every chance he tries to get, he tries to capture her or, you know, keep her locked up. Like, then we later on find out that Vanellope wasn't always a glitch. She was actually a video game character in that game. But King Candy was the one that sabotaged her game and made her a glitch by deleting her code from the whole game and, you know, moving it away. Now what else? Oh yeah, there's also, then we sooner or later eventually find out that King Candy was actually a guy named Turbo. Now, sorry that I kind of skipped this over, but earlier in the movie, you know, before all the other extra stuff where I was talking about spoilers and everything, they mentioned the thing called going turbo. Going Turbo is when, it's based off because there's this guy named Turbo that was on this movie, not movie, this game in the arcade that was unplugged because Turbo, being jealous of another game that was newer and more high-tech than his, ended up going into that game and completely sabotaging both games. So, he, I guess, left and went to Sugar Rush and took over that game, but no one knew, until, you know, now. And, they figure out how to get rid of the Cybugs that took over that place for a temporal time, and then also, you know, happily ever after, they find out that Vanellope is actually a princess. She decides to change herself to President Vanellope Von Sweets. I don't know, I still don't get that. But then, yeah, you know, he gets appreciated, and, you know, good things happen at the end. You already know, Disney always has good endings. So, yeah. What I think about it. It is awesome! It was the most awesomest movie I've ever seen by Disney ever. I mean, yeah. So far, it's been declining with all the sequels of the movies that they previously made that were actually kind of good. And, yeah, I started losing hope with Disney. But then when they mentioned this video game related movie, they never went into this basis. I mean, this is like their first time they've ever actually did anything video game related. So I was like, huh, I'm surprised at Disney. I mean, they made, you know, really good games like Kingdom Hearts. I already praised Kingdom Hearts. That's actually the main thing. They already made like really good games. So when they mentioned they was gonna make a video game related movie, I was psyched. Especially when I heard that Sonic was gonna be in it. I was definitely wanting to see it then, because of course he was like my favorite freaking video game character, along with Sora, Mario, you know, all those people. Then there's also, you can see Eggman, Bowser, you know, like all Ryu from Street Fighters. Yeah, I'm a complete game freak. That's the main thing that attracted me to this movie. I didn't actually expect it to be that good, but I want to at least still see those characters because, you know, yeah. So what I think about it, that's pretty much it. And my rating. If you saw all the compliments I've been giving to it, then you should know what I'm gonna give this movie. I'm giving this movie a freaking 10 out of freaking 10. Mainly because they had a good story, they kept up with the characters, they explained everything. Yeah, at the beginning they was saying Going Turbo and I had no idea what Going Turbo was, but then they explained it, so I was like, oh, so that's why they were saying all that. So, other than that, it was a really good story. I mean, there was questionable stuff in it, but heck, it was stuff you could just look over, so I was like, wow, this is a really good movie. So, if you think this deserves a worse rating, and I would think you crazy if you said that, then leave a comment below and hopefully you subscribe. So, to end this video off, I'm going to be singing a little song partially based off the song at the very end of the movie. Do not criticize about my singing, and do not criticize about how I sung it with no music, and if you don't have anything to say, then don't say it at all. Okay, here it goes. Now this video is over. Okay. Now I'm done with this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the show. But before I go and hit the road, I'm sure you know that we will do this again next episode. That I will see you again next episode. That we will do this again next episode. This is Kingdom Sonic 3, 2, 1. I play games so you remember them.